My name is Rona Dougal and it's my great pleasure to welcome you all to Scotland's Learning Disability Awards Virtual Spotlight event 2020. This is my third time acting as the host of these awards and my first time hosting virtually, and I'm delighted to be doing so once more. As a journalist for many years, I know something about stories, and the stories I've heard at Scotland's Learning Disability Awards are amazing. Even though these awards are having to be held virtually this year, they've lost none of their capacity to surprise, challenge and inspire. Against the backdrop of the ongoing pandemic, it's even more important that we showcase the talents and achievements of people with learning disabilities in Scotland. Our nominees underline the wide range of skills and abilities of people with learning disabilities in Scotland. These talents must be at the forefront of our collective efforts to recover and reform from the pandemic. The breadth of skills remains impressive, with 8 award categories this year: sport achievement, skills and learning, creative innovation, community champion, social impact, employee recognition, family carer and a relative, and living your best life. However, giving them this well-deserved spotlight simply wouldn't have been possible without the absolutely invaluable support provided by a range of organisations. These include the Health and Social Care Alliance, Active Scotland, SCVO, Skills Development Scotland, the Carers Trust Scotland, Creative Scotland, Tunnocks and the Scottish Government. Thanks also to our judges who gave up their time to support the judging panels for each of the award categories. The judges had some really difficult decisions to make. You can all help to play your part by letting people know about the virtual Spotlight event. Please remember to use the hashtag LDScotSpotlight on social media to make sure that the stories you hear over the coming days are heard by as many people as possible. I'd like now to introduce the keynote speaker for the Learning Disability Awards Spotlight event, Claire Haughey MSP, the Scottish Government Minister for Mental Health.
Hello, my name is Claire Haughey MSP and I'm the Minister for Mental Health, and it's my great pleasure to introduce the Scottish Learning Disability Awards Spotlight. Like many of you, I was hugely disappointed not to be able to attend this year's Scottish Learning Disability Awards. I'm sorry that the impact of the coronavirus pandemic means the finalists for the 2020 awards will not get their special evening that they deserve. However, I am happy that the SCLD have arranged this spotlight to ensure that our finalists do receive the recognition and congratulations that they've earned. I hope you all use your social media platforms to share the Learning Disability Spotlight content to ensure that the stories of our finalists are heard by as many people as possible. I attended my first Scottish Learning Disability Awards last year and I was so impressed by the talents and achievements on show during the evening. I'm delighted to see that our finalists this year are equally as impressive. Many of the finalists have managed to reach a very high standard. This once again highlights the potential and talent of people with learning disabilities throughout Scotland. It's good to see that the awards are representative of a great range of Scottish life, with winners of many different ages coming from the length and breadth of the country, from both rural and urban areas. The ongoing pandemic has affected us all, but I know it's particularly impacted on people with learning disabilities. As we continue to follow our route map through the phases of recovery, the Scottish Government will look to work with people with learning and intellectual disabilities to maintain and embed the progress that has been made, and to return from the pandemic in a better place than where we started. People with learning disabilities still face many structural barriers in their life, but the awards reflect the range of ways in which they are succeeding creatively in sports, education, in the workplace and in their own communities. The achievements highlight just what they can achieve if they're given the right opportunities and support. It's my absolute commitment as Minister for Mental Health to work with the learning disability communities and sector to ensure that support and those opportunities are provided throughout Scotland. Thank you once again, and do enjoy this Learning Disability Spotlight event.
so happy to introduce Fergus McMillan, Senior Equality and Diversity Advocate at Skills Development Scotland, to present the Skills and Learning Award.
My name's Fergus McMillan from Skills Development Scotland, and we're delighted to sponsor the Skills and Learning Award as part of the Learning Disability Awards 2020. I was part of the judging panel for this award, and I think it's safe to say that we had a very difficult decision to make. We've got 2 awards to make today, and the first is the highly commended award that goes to Kieran Walker. Congratulations, Kieran, well done.
Oh, Kieran surprises me every single day. I think I am more than proud of Kieran. He's been a fighter all his life, and throughout all the challenges he's had, he is profoundly autistic, totally blind. It's taken a very, very long time to get Kieran to a position in life that he was comfortable to even attend different social settings, to even get Kieran to sit in a group of 2-3 other children within his school environment. It wasn't an environment Kieran was very comfortable with. But now he, at 19, has been attending karate, scouts, horse riding, dance classes, and he does piano lessons as well. He is very fluent in reading and typing Braille. He does actually get a bit annoyed if any teachers or any pieces of material, there's a spelling mistake on it. So I think he could actually be quite a good proofreader later on in life as well, to be fair. He has faced adversity all the time. With him not being able to verbal communicate, I think it's a lot more frustrating to Kieran. He doesn't let it hold him back. You know, He's done so well at the Royal School for the Blind. He passes all his exams. He constantly achieves. He constantly thrives. He's progressed to now doing his piano grades, going to scouts, going to karate. These things I never would have thought in a million years that Kieran would even get to that point that I'd be putting him forward for a nomination. And that really is why I put him through for the nomination, is because of the huge achievements he's made. I would say in the past couple of years especially, he's grown up so much, and I think that's about the support that he's been getting from the staff at the Royal School for the Blind and the residential unit that he's been staying in. Young children and young adults like Kieran, it's all about the encouragement and supporting them. That's vital. Letting them try things, encouraging them just to try, and if it doesn't work out, you've not lost anything. You know, you've tried it. You can't regret something that you haven't tried. It has worked out for Kieran. He has achieved so much, so he deserves the credit where credit's due.
Skills Development Scotland are delighted to sponsor the Skills and Learning Award as part of the 2020 Learning Disability Awards. I was part of the judging panel for this award, and we had a very difficult decision to make. We've got 2 awards to make in this category, and the winner of the category is Morgan Deere. Congratulations, Morgan, well done.
My name's Morgan and I'm in the usual place at Dumfries. It's a cafe for people with learning disabilities. I'm a mentor in the kitchen, so I kind of do a bit of everything in there and kind of help teach other people how to do everything. And I work with a trainee. We usually have a good bit of fun. I think my favourite things to do is like making the soup and bacon.
I think for young people with additional support needs, ambition when they come to us is really quite a rare find. Quite often that ambition has been knocked out of people as they've realised that they're not going on the same journey that their peers are going on. When Morgan is working with young people, he is able to spot ambition, he is able to fan the flames of growing competence, self-esteem, self-worth, because he's been there himself. He knows exactly what it feels like. So Morgan's expectations of what other people can achieve really help them achieve that. He's been just a fantastic mentor, really, and a great role model. Now he's got the job of his dreams. We'll be so sorry to leave him, but we are so happy for him that he's able to go on and further his cookery at a much higher level than we're able to offer him in the usual place.
I go somewhere else sometimes at night and work, and they'd offered me a full-time job there. It's a hotel, fine dining type food, a bit like fancier kind of food, which I'd quite like to learn how to do. I've come a long way since I've started, and I'm kind of quite good at working with people and showing them how to do.
Skills and learning is what the usual place is all about, and so if Morgan winning this award enables other people to see what can be achieved with just a little bit of support, then that's amazing.
Thank you for nominating me.
It's my great pleasure to introduce Andy Sinclair, Head of Active Scotland, to present the Sport Achievement Award.
Hi there, I'm Andy Sinclair, Head of Active Scotland Division within Scottish Government. I'm delighted that this is the 4th consecutive year we've sponsored the Sport Achievement category at the Learning Disability Awards, and this year's highly commended finalist is Laura Logan.
Laura swims with the Great Britain Down Syndrome swim team. She has progressed as a swimmer, coming from very basic grassroots right up through the ranks to now swim with the Great Britain team at an elite level internationally.
I love swimming because I have got lots of friends. I'm getting better, I do lots of training, but I'm brilliant at diving. It doesn't make you slow, but it can make you really, really fast and strong.
Commitment to become an elite swimmer isn't just dipping into the pool once a week. You have to train consistently 4 or 5 times a week, working on technique and stamina. And also something that Laura's picked up on most recently is building on the dry side of training. She has gained employment as a swim teacher at her local pool in Ayrshire, and I know that she's very independent. She makes her way on the bus on a Saturday morning. She goes into the water, teaches from poolside and makes her way home again.
I help people to how to swim the best and deafness.
Laura has actually learned how to do sign language. There aren't many swim teachers who are able to deliver on sign language as well as the technicalities of delivering swim teaching. She's excelled in what she's delivering. She's gone over and above what any swim teacher would normally be asked to do. She's done it with great enthusiasm, and it's definitely benefiting swimming and the youngsters that are learning to swim. We have been really fortunate through both European and international world competitions. We travelled to Truro in Canada and competed in the Worlds. We have also travelled to Paris for European competition, and most latterly we travelled to Sardinia and competed in the World Championships last year. Laura did exceptionally well in Sardinia. Laura is definitely a role model. I think there are other swimmers, both mainstream and within the disability sector, who look up to Laura. She's got a lot of experience. She's been through a lot of things that others may not have, and she can share that experience. For example, she will share with fellow swimmers how to persevere for something if you don't get it right first time. And a lot of the younger swimmers that we have in the organisation definitely look up to Laura for that reason.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it does make me confident and nominated. I'm just really excited to be here. Thank you.
My name's Andy Sinclair, Head of Active Scotland within the Scottish Government. The Sport Achievement category this year has been incredibly difficult to judge, and I'd like to congratulate all the nominees on excellent applications. But this year, I'd like to congratulate our winner, Matt Fisher.
Canoe sprint, it's basically kayaking, right? You get in a really narrow, long boat, you face forward and you go as fast as possible between the start point and the finish point.
My favourite part of kayaking is competing, especially in sprints, but I also really enjoy training every day. Over a week, as well as being on the water, I do running, gym work and paddle machine sessions. When I was 13, I began to race at national regattas in Nottingham, which are on 5 times a year. I started in paddleability races, which are for people who have a neural disability. I did quite well and moved over to mainstream events. I have placed first, second or third in lots of races over the last few years. In 2019 I won 3 gold, 1 silver and 1 bronze at the Scottish Sprint Championships. I'm most proud of being under 16 200 metre Scottish Sprint Champion last year. I've also made it into some minor finals at the British Championships.
We used to go to sports days. We had a stream of 2nd and 3rd places in primary school. Matthew has always been quite athletic and he'd be leading the race all the way through, and then he'd turn round about 10 metres from the finish line to let someone pass him because he didn't like the spotlight of getting the first place, you know. There's definitely more of a drive and determination these days for him. He knows he's quite good at kayaking. It's about striving to be really great at it. It's about taking it to the next level every time.
I was nominated for this award because I tried to compete at all times to do the best in my ability while trying to overcome the difficulties that I face. Mental preparation for me is really important. I can get really nervous and anxious, so I end up not performing as well as I know I can. Once our car broke down and it totally upset my race preparation. I don't know why I'm laughing at that, it really did stress me out.
So it's really great to see Matt that has won the award. There's not a huge amount of people with learning disability who are performing at the level that Matt is at the moment in canoe sprint. So if in some way it inspires someone out there to go and try the sport and to maybe think, you know, I can do that, then that would be great.
I'm really happy and proud to have won this year's Sports Achievement Award. I really hope that my story will inspire others to get into sport.
It's my great pleasure to introduce Helen True, Equalities and Diversity Officer at Creative Scotland, to present the Creative Innovation Award. Helen, over to you.
Hello, my name is Helen True and I'm the Equalities Officer at Creative Scotland. We are delighted to be able to support the Creative Innovation Award again this year. Each year the nominations keep growing and the range of wonderful creative people and projects are just amazing. I want to congratulate all the nominees, as it's always so hard to select the winners, but we do have 2 fabulous finalists to celebrate this year. The highly commended award goes to a group of young people who've gone from taking part in a creative activity to developing and delivering their own work. They research, write, illustrate and deliver multi-sensory storytelling activity to enable people with profound and multiple learning disabilities to participate in festivals. And so the award goes to the Arts End of Somewhere for their innovative and creative approach to inclusion. Congratulations.
The Arts End of Somewhere is a sensory storytelling group where anyone with multiple profound disabilities can join in if they feel like it, and they can help create sensory stories for people with multiple profound disabilities as well, but also for families and with young children.
The name came about because they were trying to think of what they wanted to call themselves, and they wanted it to be funny and they wanted it to make fun of the idea of the presumption that people have that people with learning disabilities can't achieve and can't do things that other people can. They're taking ownership of it and they're directing it themselves, and it is led by them, and they're producing these wonderful arts. They're not just coming along and taking part in a nice activity. You know, it's run by them, it's all their ideas. For them, it was about sharing the message that, you know, art can be created by anybody and is for everybody.
The first one we did was last September at the Wigton Book Festival, which was Robert the Bird and the Spider. The second one was Robert Burns at Elsland Farm. We've done The Kipford Mermaid, which is a Dalbeattie folk story. And we did a lockdown story for when lockdown started due to coronavirus. I'm usually get nervous all the time, but once I start performing, the first couple of minutes it just eases away, it melts. It's like I never got nervous in the first place.
I nominated them because they are young people who have their own barriers and challenges, and they understand what that's like for other people, and they have taken multisensory storytelling and are using it as a way to help other people within their community. I would say that they're being innovative all the time in the way they do things. Lockdown has happened and they found ways to do things, and that takes creativity and it takes innovation. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's it. They're creative innovators, and long may it continue.
Hello, my name is Helen True and I'm the Equalities Officer at Creative Scotland. Creative Scotland is the public body that supports the arts, screening creative industries across all parts of Scotland and on behalf of everyone who lives, works or visits here. So I am delighted to award the winner of the Creative Innovation Award 2020 for this Spotlight event. Every year the nominations get better and better, which makes the judging really difficult. But this year it goes to a group that are going from strength to strength. They've performed at Merchant City Festival, Solas and even Celtic Connections, and they're now developing their own original material. So huge congratulations go to our winner, The Fridays.
They're an inclusive band, and the band currently has 10 members, made up of both disabled and non-disabled members.
In The Fridays I play the keyboard.
And I play the drums. I enjoy playing the drums. Makes me feel happy.
Music makes the best of us, and we will keep on trying to get better and better. We have put in a lot of hard work and practice every week.
So originally a school band, been together now for about 10 years, but now they are a more professional band. It has been absolutely phenomenal, their progression. They began by playing cover versions of songs, and over the last few years they've written their own original songs as well, playing at things like Celtic Connections. They opened the Acid Festival last year in the Armadillo, which was a fantastic experience for them, so they're playing to huge audiences.
I'm very proud to say that I work with the Fridays. It's always great fun, and you're such a talented group of individuals, and I'm not surprised at all to hear that you won the award.
Congratulations guys, you really deserve it. You brought the track alive and you are all amazing.
At Celtic Connections this year, we were actually working with a singer-songwriter called Phil Campbell, and he helped the band to co-write a song called Get Out of Your Head. It was almost as if they had found their own voice, and it's all about their thoughts and their feelings.
Get up, get up, get out your heads. Get out of your wilderness. Come on, you know you are. Come on, what you waiting for?
If you speak to our band members and ask them what they do, they will tell you they're in a band and they'll tell you what they play, and that gives them a real sense of identity that they didn't otherwise have. Their confidence as musicians and as people has grown.
Yay! Congratulations, Fridays! You are all absolutely fantastic. keep going, keep smiling and keep cheering us all up.
It's well deserved. Keep going, folks.
You work so well together, having fun on and off the stage, at rehearsals, preparing workshops, presenting workshops.
We're all really proud of you. Keep up the good work and well done.
The Board of Trustees are really chuffed for everyone at Musical. Well done.
Congratulations on your award. Well done.
Hi Fridays, congratulations on your award. You really deserve it. Well done.
They've been together for a long time now and they are a professional outfit, and when I think back to when I first saw them working together, and they were always amazing, but now when I see them walking out on stage at huge venues and I feel nervous for them, they don't look nervous, they get out and they perform and they blow everyone away every single time. They're just incredible, and I think it's well deserved because they work so hard for it.
I'm so pleased to introduce Anna Fowler, Chief Executive of SCVO, to present the Community Champion Award.
Hello, I'm Anna Fowler. I'm the Chief Executive of the Scottish Council for Voluntary Organisations, and we love to know what's happening in communities all across Scotland. So that's why I'm delighted that we're again sponsoring the Community Champions Award and the Learning Disability Awards 2020. It's great fun being on the judging panel, but it's really hard to choose a winner. So we have a Highly Commended Award as well as our overall winner. And I'm really pleased that this year's Highly Commended Award goes to the Life Through the Lens research project, with a massive congratulations to Michael, Louise and Andrew.
Quite often people with a learning disability and dementia are not included in research. This is the first study that we know of anywhere that has actually included people with a learning disability as co-researchers, when the study's been looking at people with a learning disability and dementia as participants. So it's certainly groundbreaking in that sense, and it's one that we hope people will use as an example, and we see more of.
I got walking quite a lot by myself, and one of the things I thought was, if I went on a walk and I didn't remember how to get back home, that's the kind of thing that ails me.
See somebody, like a learning disability, they might not be able to understand, if you put it in, simple terms, instead of all this, the different jargon and all that. I learned quite a lot, a lot of information.
I think this has made my life more independent to do things like this, to help Andrew, to help everybody. A lot of hard work and a lot of understanding and a lot to talk about.
So I've been incredibly impressed by the commitment that Andrew, Louise and Michael have shown. This hasn't just been a one-off piece of work, it's been going on since 2017. We've all presented and spoken at conferences, an international conference that was held in Scotland last year. And we've also held our own conference, our own end of project conference. So the dedication and the commitment and the time they've shown, it really has been incredible. They've stuck with me, they've stuck with us right through, right the way through, and even been willing to talk about it widely and share the findings. But I was really struck by their dedication and their commitment and the leadership they've shown.
I felt I've achieved something. If this research you have done helps people more, then it's worth doing.
Hello, I'm Anna Fowler. I'm the Chief Executive of the Scottish Council for Voluntary Organisations, and we love to find out what's happening in communities across Scotland. So it's great to be again sponsoring the Community Champion Award and the Learning Disability Awards 2020. It's great fun being on the judging panel, but it's really hard to choose a winner. But this year's winner is the gardening group at the Mungo Foundation, and there's lots of people in that team, so I'll just read out their names. They're Graham, Stephen, Thomas, Anne, Linda, Jim and Karine. Massive well done to all of you.
The gardening group gives individuals a meaningful purpose in their life. People have been involved in the garden and taken their skills back into their homes. And it's created confidence in people as well. People that thought they couldn't do things can do things. Not as an activity, but as part of a new way of life for them.
Everything. I like everything. Plants and plants. I love plants.
Thomas especially loves watering the plants.
You've got to get all the old stuff out and then you put the new stuff in.
The group's made up of different people, and we've got a couple of people who've got physical disabilities as well. They absolutely love the gardening. There's another man who for many a long year had decided not to speak. But through the gardening group and taking part in other activities, he now speaks. That barrier that he had up about communicating with people has gone now, and he is able to speak freely to everybody, and he has a positive message to tell folk if folk are willing to listen.
Graham, what do you like doing in your garden?
Plants.
You like the plants in your garden?
Mm-hmm. What colour of your favourite flower? Blue. Blue. And you put plants from seeds?
Aye.
Put the dirt in?
Aye.
With your fingers?
Aye.
Oh, I think they put strawberries.
Strawberries, berries, mint, mocktail.
We wanted to do something different and we had the opportunity. We kind of says, well, we don't need to do bowling, we don't need to do the cinema, we don't need to do the shopping malls. Well, what else can we do? And then the gardening developed from that. And one of the staff has excellent skills in gardening, and she put it forward that we could do this. That's how it came about, and it was giving people the opportunity. It was giving the staff the opportunity to use the skills that they had, but also bringing something new and fresh to our service user. It's so essential for people to feel that they belong, that they're valued for who they are as individuals, and that they can contribute well if somebody just listens, or somebody has the patience and the willingness and the creativity to see what would you like to do. I'm so proud because they have absolutely involved themselves steeply in this, and it's a credit to the staff as well. It's a recognition for all of their hard work that they have done. You've seen how happy that they actually were with the award. I'm just incredibly proud of them. They've just done so well.
It is my great pleasure to introduce Lindsay Wake, Head of Impact at Social Investment Scotland, to present the Social Impact Award.
Hello everyone, my name's Lindsay from Social Investment Scotland, and we were delighted to be on the judging panel this year. I'm really pleased to let you all know that the highly commended award this year goes to the New Beginnings Cafe.
The New Beginnings Cafe is a cafe that was set up by the people we support within Shared Lives. They were looking to create a community atmosphere and wanted to create a place where people could come and feel less isolated.
We basically wanted to bring in the community and show them that even though we've got disabilities, we can still make a difference. We all just wanted something. We weren't actually particularly sure what we wanted, but we all came up with the idea of actually working in a cafe, and we wanted to bring in people that basically felt similar to us, and we're open to like other people with more additional needs than ourselves.
Older people, younger people, kids, whoever wanted to come in, basically. Because it's not nice to leave other people out.
I like working in it
I like helping everybody. If they need help with the dishes, I'll help them with the dishes, or I'll help them with the dishwasher.
I just love my job. And the folk that comes in, they're actually really good and helpful, and
we treat them the same as we would like to be treated.
Right.
And I think also as well, what's really important is we do put it out there that we do have disabilities and we might have difficulties, but I think a lot of our customers, they don't even see that. They say, oh, your cake's fantastic, or Alan, your soup's delicious, or Kerry Ann, you were really helpful today. And it's that's really great.
Everything in the cafe is done by the guys. So the cooking, the baking, the cleaning, the setting up, the closing down, they lock up, they deal with everything. It's nice just to see them getting the recognition, because I see it and it's amazing. I just feel so proud of them.
I think it takes a special person to actually believe in us, because see, when you're told so many times you can't do something, you tend to believe it. It's been amazing to watch, obviously because we're all friends as well, to see their growth as well. If we weren't really close friends and telling each other, we can't do this, we wouldn't have had the cafe where we are today. I've got a picture on my phone when it was just boxes in the kitchen and out the front. Now with the tables and the chairs and the customers coming in, sometimes I just go through it and I realise the journey that we've actually all been on, and it's amazing.
My name's Lindsay Wake from Social Investment Scotland. We were delighted to be on the judging panel this year, and I'm so pleased to announce that this year's winner of the Social Impact Award is Alexander Warren.
I've got my own company called AJP Dreams, and I talk about my dreams and aspirations. I hate being a big head here. I'm so good at what I do in presentation, they think that I just knock this out the park, but it actually takes me a month to rehearse a presentation. I'm very proud of my company. Not many people with disability have their own company and get paid for what they do.
I've worked with people with learning disabilities for about 17 years now, and I've never met anybody else who's doing that.
To me, it's not about the money, it's about being recognised, being appreciated for what I do, and being told that you're making a difference to my son or daughter's life by hearing your stories or my dreams.
He talks about flamboyant dreaming, encouraging people to think about what is their very biggest dream, and it could be anything, it could be sort of fantastical. Sometimes he talks about wanting to be a superhero, and then he unpicks that a bit. Well, what does being a superhero really mean? And once you look into that, you can see that in a lot of the work he's doing, he's achieving his dream of being a superhero.
With flamboyant dreaming, you can let your dreams be as wild and as magnificent as you want them to be. Someone's flamboyant dream can tell you what that person wants to do in their life, and I really believe in that.
If you know what somebody's biggest dream is, then you know a lot about that person, and you can work out what would be sort of smaller steps to get there.
I like to ask people what they are. And it doesn't matter how big or small they are either, because it's their dream, and that's important to them.
There's one time Alexander and I were doing a workshop for a group of young women, and one of them just sort of stopped us mid-workshop, and she pointed at me and went, "No offence to you, but seeing Alexander up there, I've never thought in my life that I'd be able to do something like that, and now I do."
He started to get so good that sometimes I felt people who didn't know him didn't necessarily understand his whole journey. And Alexander's had a lot of challenges that he's kind of overcome, and to be where he is now I think is enormously impactful. You know, to hear Alexander talk to a group of professionals, describe his early months of his life when doctors made sweeping statements about what he would and wouldn't be able to do as he grew older. He wouldn't walk, he wouldn't talk. To hear a young man say this from the podium to 70 or 80 professionals is enormously impactful.
I was born on the 23rd of October 1988, 17 to 18 weeks early. I weighed 535 grams, about half the weight of a bag of sugar. Mum and Dad were told I would never walk, talk, read or write. And that person has got that completely wrong. Apart from my dyslexia, but we won't go into that.
It would be, I think, the last thing in Alexander's head to be doing the work that he's doing to get an award. For him, it really is about seeing people change and seeing their lives light up a bit differently.
Just as a mate, I'm really pleased for him. I think it's deserved. He's done a lot of work.
I'm never going to forget this award, and this is going to remind me how all the work I've done for the past 10 years and a bit more, and I think I deserve it.
I'm so pleased to introduce Claire Haughey, Minister for Mental Health, to present the Employee Recognition Award.
My name is Claire Haughey MSP and I'm the Minister for Mental Health. This award recognises the success of a person who has a paid job and who is making a real positive difference in their workplace. Given the unacceptably low levels of employment for people with a learning disability in Scotland, it's so important that we highlight those individuals blazing a trail. What a hard job the judging panel must have had. And I'm pleased to announce that the highly commended award for Employee Recognition for 2020 goes to Ruth Macaulay. Many congratulations, Ruth.
We see Ruth as Ruth. We don't see her as somebody with a learning disability. She genuinely is a member of the team and she's treated as any other member of staff. And it was for that reason that she is so amazing in the workplace that you don't see the disability. And for that reason, we put her forward for the award because she is truly phenomenal.
I am a digital printing assistant and I have been working at the Liberty Project for 4 years. At work, I do sublimation printing where we print on bags, mugs, anything that you can print on, we pretty much do it.
Ruth is probably, I would say, my most loyal employee. The other staff all adore her. She brings with her this sort of true, innocent joy that you can't help, it's infectious. Also, she brings with her snacks.
Probably my favourite thing to do is the badges. Can't go wrong really with them. I quite enjoy the repetitive tasks.
Ruth is our resident expert badge maker. I actually can't induct people on how to use the badge machine because I can't do it as well as Ruth can.
I get quite nervous training people because I feel like maybe I'm not making sense to them, but usually by the end of it they're like, yeah, I can work that. That was really good training. At the Liberty Project, we're like one big family, if that makes sense. Everybody gets on so well, so when someone new comes in, I feel like it's important that they feel comfortable, and when I'm at work, the guys don't like treat me like I have a disability. Nobody speaks down to me or babies me. I'm just part of the team when I'm there.
We'd done one window display and we got a bit of feedback, and Ruth said she was quite creative and would like to give it a go. The bit that she needed help with was the physical moving of stuff into the window, but she sourced all the materials, she did the budget, absolutely everything, and it was a stunning, absolutely stunning Valentine's window. And from that moment on, we said, right, you're the person that's in charge of the window displays.
So we've done a Halloween one where we had pumpkins, remembrance display. I think that was maybe one of my favourites. Easter. We've done so many.
Ruth is an inspiration because in spite of her health conditions, she is a truly valuable and core member of the team. That inspiration hopefully would inspire other employers to look at the absolute values and benefits of employing somebody with disabilities and health conditions. Inspirational, I keep on saying it, it's an understatement. She is truly phenomenal.
Hello, my name is Claire Hockey MSP and I'm the Minister for Mental Health. The number of people with learning disabilities in paid employment is only around 7%, and this means we need to share the stories of those people with a learning disability who are working so that we show the contribution that people with learning disabilities are making to workplaces and to underline why we need greater opportunities to let them secure jobs. I'm thrilled to announce that the winner of the Employee Recognition Award 2020 is Andrew Hiddleston for his work as ambassador at Get Together in Edinburgh. Many congratulations to you, Andrew.
I think it's a lot that has to do with his personality. He is really a master of social connection, and this is what Get Together is all about. Get Together is a small charity based in Edinburgh. We do social events for adults with disabilities around Edinburgh and the Lothians.
I really love walking about the nightclub events and talking to everybody. One of the funny ones was I went up to a girl and she said, "Hello, what's your name? I'm Andrew." And the girl laughed at me and she says, "I've already got a boyfriend, can you please move on?" I don't think I had my band on that said I was from Get Together. But I really like just going up to somebody, and if that person's sitting at the event on their own and they get somebody coming up and saying, "Hello, how are you doing? Have you been here before?" It helps me to do that, and it helps the person.
One of the things that Andrew had told us when he started working for Get Together was the environment he came from, and his family was very supportive, very loving, very caring, but he was very much overprotected.
You used to call it mother-in-love or smother-in-love, and they smothered me with kindness and, "Oh, Andrew's not like his brothers, he needs so much help travelling." Get Together's given me that chance just to open out a wee bit and try new things through my work. The thing that was a challenge, that I realised was a challenge, and that was the public speaking. It's simple, but preparation. I think there's 6 P's. Perfect preparation prevents pretty poor performance. I've seen that on the television. It is a bit frightening that if Get Together didn't come, well, I wouldn't have got this award, or I wouldn't be working and helping people in different ways from when I'm volunteering.
So he applied thinking, "Oh, it's a volunteer job." I just wonder, had Andrew knew this would be a paid ambassador job, would he even apply? Maybe he wouldn't. Maybe it was good that he didn't know when he came to an interview that this was actually a paid position, because maybe he wouldn't even consider seeing himself as being in employment. I think he really deserves it. I think he really deserves this award, and I'm delighted to know that he has won.
It is my great pleasure to introduce Pat Graham, Chair of PAMIS, and Louise Morgan, Director at the Carers Trust Scotland, who are going to co-present the Family Carer and their Relative Award. Over to you guys.
Hello, my name's Pat Graham. I'm a family carer to my daughter Lauren, who has a profound learning disability, and I'm also the chair of the board of a charity called PAMIS, which supports people with profound and multiple learning disabilities and their families and carers.
I'm Louise Morgan, and I'm the Director for Carers Trust Scotland in Northern Ireland. I'm delighted to be here to present the award for Family Carer and Relative.
There was very clear evidence of the carer's actions and support having an incredibly positive impact on the family member, and I was really struck by the impressive efforts made to enhance the understanding of PMLD with wonderful films on a whole range of topics which are shared on social media, and I'd highly recommend anyone to watch them. So I'm really pleased to be able to say that we have an outstanding winner of the Family Carer and their Relative Award to celebrate this year.
As you know, we have some outstanding finalists this year, but the winner of the award goes to Shazad and Wali Ahmed. Congratulations to you both.
Assalamu alaikum from me, Shazad, and from Walid. I am Walid's older brother. Walid, say assalamu alaikum to everyone. Assalamu alaikum from Walid. And today I'm going to show you how to use the lift. Today I'm going to talk about a very important matter. So today I'm going to talk specifically about Walid. So Walid has epilepsy, cerebral palsy, and he is also registered blind. So me and my parents, we are unpaid carers for Walid. My videos are usually about things that we do with Walid. For example, we take him out for walks. There's a video on us taking Walid to different parks. I've also made a video on why having an electrical bed is very important, not just for Walid, also for the carers as well. You're able to move the bed up, and this can prevent the carer from having back injuries. And I've made a video on why it's important to brush teeth of people with special needs. So I was born in a village in Pakistan, and I had a really big family. And when my father brought me a brush and toothpaste, people in my family, they started to laugh at me, and so I was discouraged from brushing my teeth. When I was 8 years old, I had many of my teeth taken out. And people like my brother, their teeth need to be brushed more regularly. So today I'm going to show you in my video of how I brush my brother's teeth. And the main aim for my videos are so that other people can take information, advice as well, of how to take care of people with special needs. And in some developing countries, those kind of informations are not available. When I put them on YouTube and Facebook, people from all over the world can access it, and I've been receiving very positive comments as well. Walid really motivated me to study medicine. I was first going to move by myself, but then I thought that Walid would be really upset and it's going to affect his health as well. So my father, he sacrificed his job, and my mum as well. So we all moved to Aberdeen so that Walid and me could be together, and so that Walid is happy. Thank you for liking my videos and following my page. Remember me and my brother in your prayers, and see you in next video.
I am so pleased to introduce Ian Welsh, Chief Executive at the Health and Social Care Alliance, to present the Living Your Best Life Award. Ian, on you go.
Good evening everybody, my name is Ian Welsh. I'm Chief Executive of the Health and Social Care Alliance Scotland, and we are really honoured to be sponsoring this year's awards. There have been a great many fine nominees in this category, but we're delighted to bring forward two special nominees. Highly commended is Lewis Murray Smith.
Everybody likes Lewis. He's very funny. He always jokes with staff. To think that your job is to go out and support somebody to have fun,
You don't get much better than that, do you? I met Lewis probably about 4 years ago. When you first meet Lewis, he is quite a physically imposing guy. He's maybe 6'3", 6'4", but he's actually a really very gentle young guy. Lewis is 22 years old. He has autism. Quite an independent young man. Loves to get out, exercise, hill walking, cycling, swimming, going to the gym. I think Lewis's biggest challenge is communicating with people. Vocal ability is quite limited. I think obviously the support that he's got from what Lewis calls his staff has helped him a lot. Over the years we've supported Lewis, we've encouraged him to take on volunteer roles in gardening, to go into situations perhaps apprehensively at first, but with the support of staff he's managing to get through them. Once he's carrying out these things 1 or 2 times, he's learning, I can do this, so he's becoming more confident in each situation. Progress from 3 or 4 years ago to now is unbelievable. Previously it could be maybe 1 or 2 children going past, or if it was a dog going past, he would hide behind staff, he would ask for help. Just being in smaller crowds, he's eventually managed to move to bigger crowds. We're now taking Lewis like walks in the city centre. I think even that, just getting used to the surrounding noises and things like that, is really helping him to cope with what previous may have been a difficulty for him. Earlier on in the year as well, we took him to a Celtic game. Just negotiating the crowds, getting into the stadium was a huge achievement for Lewis, and he actually loved it. Even his parents were very surprised that he coped with that. His mum and dad are the main aspect in Lewis's life, and when they say that they're proud of Lewis and what he's done, his face completely lights up. The actual size of his smile is just fantastic to see. Possibly day to day he's not aware of small changes, but we really go out our way to make Lewis celebrate these things. A lot of people don't get recognition in all aspects of life for achievements they make. You know, when you've got other difficulties on top of that, like Lewis, it's very important you actually celebrate when you do make an achievement, no matter if it's a small or a large achievement. You need to celebrate it, you need to recognise it.
My name is Ian Welsh. I'm the Chief Executive of the Health and Social Care Alliance Scotland, and we are proud and honoured to be sponsoring the awards this year. And we had a huge number of very, very fine candidates for this Living Your Best Life award. 2 fine finalists, but the winner, the overall winner, is Craig Costello.
He fits the category perfect for me. From where he has been 2-3 years ago to where he is now, he's made great strides. My role is to work myself out a job with Craig. Hopefully in the next couple of years we'll have Craig fully independent. Craig has a diagnosis of Asperger's syndrome. He finds it difficult to understand social cues and social norms and social acceptabilities. But Craig had money, and he had money in his bank, he had his own money. He was getting financially exploited by other people. He was buying all the carry-outs and buying all the drink and having parties. Craig's always got this thing, and he always tells you he just wants to be normal and accepted as normal. Craig would have people in his house, people that was there just for Craig to buy them drink. He couldn't see that he was actually getting took advantage of.
3 years ago, it wasn't really a great place. I don't really like talking about it. I like to move on. People just keep, but I met the wrong people, wrong crowds, wrong situations I was in.
Craig was drinking for like maybe 6 or 7 years, in and out of different temporary accommodation. His relationship with his parents were breaking down. With Craig's drinking, Craig couldn't be told any different. He wouldn't do anything different, he wouldn't take any advice. Craig just thought he was doing the right thing and leading his life the way he wanted to lead it. Unbeknown to himself, he was the grips of alcoholism.
It didn't become a problem at first, but then it gradually became into a very serious issue. It was just for it escalated and escalated. It then became I had to take alcohol and like a bottle like that, like Strombo, like Black Dunk Strombo. I had to take that everywhere I went with my support workers. It became a habit.
Craig was admitted to hospital suffering from cirrhosis of the liver and suffering from severe alcoholism. So he was in a touch and go situation. It was really stressful for everybody else, so he needed to stop drinking. He was advised if he takes another drink he will die. Really, really amazingly, Craig stopped drinking overnight and decided he wasn't going to take another drink.
That's me being off the drink for 3 years now.
After being hospitalised, Craig decided he had a few months off, not going to pubs and clubs or anything like that. He's very much a social animal where he likes going out and speaking to people. Held down a job in a nightclub as well, and Craig did this off his own back, and it wasn't Craig with his diagnosis, it was just Craig as being somebody who just wanted a job and went for a job, and he was just seen as that normal, ordinary person that he was craving to be. The first thing people would notice with Craig is Craig would never smile. The alcohol that he was drinking, it kind of rotted his teeth away.
Every tooth was rotten.
Craig would always have his head down, and when he was talking, if he was smiling and he was laughing, Craig would always kind of hold his mouth because he didn't think he was pleasing to the eye, and he didn't like looking at himself or anything, so he's had extensive dental treatment done as well for a full new set of teeth. We've seen Craig smiling again, we've seen Craig's shoulders coming up, his confidence was back, his head was held high, and we actually seen Craig's big belly laugh, what his mum had been telling us that she'd missing for all these years, and he brightens up the room. His family, Mum Morag and Dad Tommy, are absolutely over the moon. They were really, really struggling throughout Craig's addiction. They really couldn't see any way back, but the work that Craig has actually put in himself to achieve and get this far, his family is so proud of him as well. I'm so proud of him myself.
I couldn't have done without my help, support, my family by my side. I'm hoping to get my driving lessons again, college, hope to get a music course in college, something to do with kind of like hip hop sort of stuff, because that's the kind of stuff I'm into. This was my mic that I used to practice with years ago, but I'm a lot better now. I can think straight, I can rhyme a lot better, I can think of most things, you know. That's simple, by the way.
It feels so weird presenting these awards down the barrel of a camera, but even though we're doing this virtually this year, it makes these awards no less meaningful. I'm really hoping that next year we'll all be able to see each other face to face, but in the meantime, congratulations to everyone.